Hey now, Deadheads. We're continuing on with our reviews of Grateful Dead 2025. Enjoying the ride box set. We've swerved around today. We've looked at 1991, we've looked at 1971, we looked at 1969, and here we are at 1983. In California, we're just down the road from Mountain View, or up the road. I've never been there, but we're still in Northern California, as far as I know. We are at the birthplace of the Grateful Dead. We are at the Stanford University. We are at the ground zero of the dissemination of all knowledge at the Frost Amphitheater, Palo Alto, California. 8/20/83. So it's the summer of 1983. They, the Dead as themselves, might not be always at the best voice, or always in the best of recording, or always at the best playing. But we've got a good one here, and I also really dig this. This one's awesome. They should have made this into like a shirt. And then they have a great little back blurb here too. This one is weird from the get-go. The sound is different. It is like a cassette tape, but it's also a soundboard, but it also sounds like a live, almost live, almost like an audience recording. It's very cassette-y and steely, but it's not bad. You've got Phil on the 6-string bass. It's just the mix is a little odd, and it's not bad. I would say that it's what they're trying to do is give a little bit more of a live sound. It's just kind of like an experiment. I don't think they ever intended the stuff to ever come out. It also makes you wonder like why they would ever record every single thing they did if they were never going to do anything with it. But here we've got them on a nice summer sunny day in California in 1983. It must have been awesome. We've got Alabama Getaway, Greatest Story Ever Told opener. We got a hot one too, rock and roll. Can't fault anybody. I don't think Jerry is dropping a lot of lyrics. He's Alabama's a good time. I like Alabama Getaway. Greatest Story's great. So you have strong opener already. The sound is a little strange, but it's good opener. Anytime that they do they love each other is rarity kind of era. Awesome. You have Brent on the tinny keys that are love it or hate it kind of thing. Very early 80s kind of sound for the keys. So that's in full effect here. You've got Phil on 6-string bass. Everything's in full effect when it comes to the 80s on this one. You got hot New Minglewood blues, so big rock and roll kind of sound for Bob's other counterpart from Jerry's They Love Each Other, which kind of flows like water. It's everyone's taking their time, having a good spot. You have a good bird song here. I dig the bird song. It kind of gets into a little bit more of the jam spot. It's kind of controlled. It's a good version. The psych energy is there. Bobby does his Looks Like Rain, so it's in the first set. There's a good place to have it. I always think it's a good version. And I really dug the Tennessee Jet on this one. That kind of struts around like a good Tennessee Jet does. You're in California and you're listening to a band talk about Tennessee, so it's always fun. My Brother Esau is next. I love My Brother Esau. I think that's a great song. I love the groove of it. I love the lyrics of it. Kind of just the way that it kind of operates is cool. I think they should have kept doing it. I can understand why they probably didn't want to keep doing it, because it's kind of a complicated, strange song that doesn't necessarily flow well. But I dig it, and it's in a very good version here. It's 1983, so this wouldn't show up until In the Dark, and even then, it's not even on In the Dark. It's on a B-side on In the Dark. deal closer for the first set. You've got high energy rock music being played there by Jerry and the boys. Um, Second set opens up. We've got Shakedown Street, which you got the Mutron. You have Phil on the sixth string. Everything's just being pushed towards the dance party vibe, psych dance party vibe. It's good stuff. They swerve into Man Smart Woman Smarter, which is great. It's a different the dance vibe is 100% in effect here. Can't fault Bobby for pulling that one out. We have high energy 80s beat happening. Jerry pulls it down a little bit with Ship of Fools. It's a perfectly pitched, perfectly played version of Ship of Fools. Everything is going well. But we have a second set that's filled with like smaller songs and not big jam vehicles besides Shakedown. So you got the couplet there, but then we get Estimated Eyes, and here we have, after all of the proceedings of Estimated, where you have the big major chord solo that happens and you have all Bobby's screaming, and you have all the jamming bit after the main verse of Estimated going into Eyes of the World gets into some weird psych dark spaces, which is appropriate. If it didn't do it, then it's not doing its job. They've Jerry pushing the button, just going as fast as he possibly can. You have Phil doing the same. The drummers everybody's in their lockstep into what they're doing. Eyes is the fast eyes. When they finally do hit that E major 7 chord, it's fast eyes. Eyes is going as fast as they possibly can. Very well sung, very well played. The tempo is high. After the verses, you get a very interesting jam that gets into some quasi-trance electronic type territory, which leads us into drums, which is more of an acoustic drums. It's more focused on that, which is cool. We get some beam action from Mickey as apropos. It leads into space, which is pretty discordant and definitely is leading us towards the other one. And the other one here is more of a rock song version of the other one than a long workout or on the idea of the other one. It's not 1971 anymore. It's not 1972 or 74. This is rock version Grateful Dead. This is probably a Saturday night, to be honest, because it is a high energy rock version other one. I think the time is it's like 7 minutes and 58, so 8 minutes. So they're packing it in and punching it, and they're trying to go towards the end of the show. You get Black Peter, which it also shuffles along well. You have a great Jerry solo there. The pathos of a man on his last day, thinking about his life, is in full effect. And then you've got Good Lovin', to end the show. You could have done anything else, Bobby, but you did that, and you did what you did. It's great. Bobby gets to do what he wants, whatever, man. But I like the Pigpen version. Good Lovin' Bobby is kind of like, yeah, okay, you do you, brother. Encore's one more Saturday night, and we're out. If so, it had to have been a Saturday night, because that's the energy here. It's high energy, packed to the gills, rock music, Grateful Dead, in California in 1983. So it is as good as it gets. I think I liked it better than the Dave's Picks, the recent one from 1983 from Santa Fe Downs. I believe that's 9/11/83. That's cut from the same era and the same cloth. It's all has the same openers and stuff. I think I liked this one more. The Estimated Eyes was definitely the good bit. I think that leading us into the space other one I thought was good. So you've got a show that, again, wouldn't necessarily fit into any kind of 100% Dave's Picks standalone, but for this Enjoying the Ride box set is a great snapshot of where they were at. And you got not necessarily any rarities. You have just 100% A plus Saturday Night Grateful Dead. So, like, share, and subscribe.